Hello, this is Bern, and if you'd like to learn 5 signs that tell you you should be running away from a guy, stick around because I will be revealing them to you today. Hello, this is Bern. Welcome to your greatlifetv.com. Today it's another edition of Get the Love You Crave, and I'm excited because I'm going to be sharing with you 5 signs, 5 red flags that let you know that you should be running away. That's my miming, bad acting, running modality from a guy. The first one, and here's the thing, many of them are not the most obvious, even though they might seem obvious, but I'll share with you why they're not so obvious. But they will clearly let you know that something's off and they should either pay attention or really, just as I'm saying, run away fast. First one is a guy who's not interested in something serious and he tells you about it. He says, I'm not interested in something serious, I'm not interested in a relationship. If you connect to a guy who's telling you that he's not interested in a relationship, he is not interested in a relationship. And here's why this is so important, because most women who connect to a guy who feel it's exciting and get those little butterflies in the stomach, in their mind and in their heart start thinking, I'm the exception to this rule. I'm going to change it around. I'm special. He'll see. And the challenge is most women don't see. The guy still is not interested with them and they go into the false pretense that it's going to change and it doesn't change. So if a guy has the audacity to tell you these things, take him for what he's telling you and run away, unless you don't want something serious, right? The second one is such an important one. Mark my words, write this down, tattoo it in your arm. A guy who tells you you're too good for me is a guy who's wasting your fucking time. And here's why, okay? This is the equivalent of you sending your resume to a really cool company and the company responding to you in this really nice letter with beautiful letterhead and thick paper saying, hey, you're overqualified for the position, but we're gonna keep your resume on file for 6 months. So should something amazing arise, we'll call you. Don't call us, we'll call you. You know, they know it's complete bullshit, but it's a polite way of saying we're not interested. The same thing when a guy tells you that, he's telling you in essence, I don't have the cojones to make it happen. I don't have the hunger, I don't have the audacity, I don't have the wit to do something different with my life to the point where I'm interested in creating something special with you. So if he's saying you're too good for me, you are too good for him. Take him for his word, run away fast, and forget that he ever existed. Number 3, someone who is not interested in getting to know you, but wants to have fun all the time. So here's the thing, I get it. You connect to a guy, you're starting to date, you want this thing to be fun, alive, spontaneous, playful, but it needs to be balanced with insightful and deep and interesting and getting to know you. If a guy just wants to have fun and never has time or the sensory acuity to ask you questions about who you are, what you care about, what's important to you, this is a guy who's like the level 1 guy who's not interested in a relationship, is not interested in one, but is not telling you about it, okay? Number 4 is a guy who pushes to have sex with you well before he deserves it and well before you're ready for it. And here's why this is a red sign, because if the guy has the arrogance to feel like just by showing up because he thinks he's a great catch or because he's an elegant guy or because he's smooth, that he has the permission, to have sex with you, he's putting you already in a category of women who are not worth his long-term time. Why? Because anyone he wants to invest his time long-term in is someone who has a higher standard for connecting with him sexually. He's never going to tell you about it. He's going to push for it. But if a guy's pushing for it and he doesn't even know you, that's a guy who doesn't want anything serious. Just mark my words and know that that's true. Now, I understand, and you're going to talk to me sometimes about the friend that you have who had sex with a guy on the first date and he got married with her and they were really happily ever after. But for every one of those scenarios where the guy and the woman have sex really early on when he pushes and she's not ready and they get married, there's thousands of cases of the situation when that doesn't happen, when the woman ends up feeling used, and that's not what you want. Number 5, a guy who's overly confident without the balance of humility. And this one is very subtle, but I still think it's so important to talk to you about right now, because there's so many guys who are confident, driven, masculine. They can make stuff happen. They have the power of words. They know how to communicate with a woman. So women get to feel, oh my God, this guy is sexy. He's a great catch, right? I mean, it's an inner feeling. It's not something you're even thinking. It just happens here in your gut, in your heart. But when a guy doesn't have the balance of that, he can't balance all of that confidence with humility or kindness or empathy or compassion. This is a guy who's going to break your heart in a million pieces. Here's why. Because if he doesn't have the capacity to balance that pushiness that he has with feeling for others, he's not going to have the capacity to feel when he's doing that to you, he's not going to feel that, and he's not going to be able to enter your heart and notice where you're coming from. So if you connect to a guy who you feel is so exciting, but you notice that he's a guy who doesn't have the compassion skills or kindness skills, I'd say for the most part, don't waste your time, run away. If you think this is helpful, insightful, useful to your life, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. Number 1, click like on this video. Number 2, subscribe to my channel. Number 3, if you do nothing else, on the description of this video or on a link right here on the left-hand side, you're going to see a button that appears that says subscribe to my free live webinar. And here I'm actually sharing with you a 3-part blueprint to find your soulmate in 90 days or less, and it's absolutely free. If you have any questions for me, leave a comment below on any of my videos and I'll reply directly or even create a video for you. Thank you so much for connecting with me, and as always, I challenge you to live a full and a conscious life.